Hello, hope you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Hey, Devesh, can you ask team to join quickly here? We will start from here. It's very difficult. You can hear me now, right? Thank you everyone to join here. So let's quickly start our session. Let me know if you are able to hear the previous content so that we can initiate from here. We mostly lose our you know time here due to these types of hurdles. Okay, so good morning everyone and welcome to this live training session which is having very useful and very informative content. So today we are going to discuss one of the most highly important topic in Microsoft Dynamics CRM ecosystem, which is called admin center and monitoring tools. So most of the developers they are quickly doing their developments based on the project requirement. So they are learning codings, they are customizing, they are doing hard core plugin developments, power automates development, javascript or integrations. But when they really enter into the real time projects, so they realize that development alone is not enough. So we have to learn something else which will help here based on our project need. So how to deal those types of real issues. So most of the organization they are expecting developers to understand how environments are managed, how production issues are monitored, how integrations fails in the production environment, how security roles works, how performance tracks, and how to optimize the application performance, and how to deal hotfix or some unwanted issues in the production. So how to troubleshoot, how troubleshooting is done in real time system or in production environments. And this is exactly the area that helps a normal developer become a valuable enterprise professional. So today's session, we will understand practical concept around dynamic CRM, Power Platform, Dataverse, Power Automates, and Microsoft Admin Centers with real-world monitoring and support scenarios. So if you want to become a stronger in production support, solution troubleshooting, or administration, governance, and enterprise production handling, so this session is huge adding huge value into your careers and your skills. So let's start to understand why admin center and monitoring. This admin center and monitoring become one of the most demanding skills in modern Microsoft Dynamics projects. So let's start today's session. So let me know if you are able to see my screen. I'm going to share my screen so that I can share uh, some content with you so that we can initiate our further processing. Also, let me open Dynamics CRM environment. So, hope you are able to perform real-time data, whatever we are doing on day-to-day basis, because I'm able to see my screen now. So today our agenda here, especially for Dynamics CRM developers, Power Platform consultant, support engineers, technical architect, and even the freshers who enters into Dynamics CRM technology. Most people focus on development. So they learn that we already discussed plugins, and even we already covered plugins, JavaScript, Power Automates, Power Apps, integrations, and even the C Sharp technology. C Sharp is for plugin. So, but in real enterprise projects, development alone is not enough. Organization expect developer to understand that environment administration, monitoring, troubleshooting, security, governance, production support, system health, and capacity management. We will understand after completing this particular session how to perform and what is the meaning of those particular even uh, keywords, so that at least you are able to understand the purpose of those words, especially for this particular capacity management. And you can give some better solution if you can understand and the the pain of the enterprise level. This is exactly when admin center knowledge becomes very important. Today we will understand why admin center matters, why developers should monitor. So real-time production scenario, monitoring tools, career benefits, and enterprise project here expectations. Why admin center knowledge is important? You should understand first why we are learning this particular session. That's why we connected here and we are learning. So in enterprise projects, system are live for thousands or millions of users. Maybe when our system is running live, so based on the number of license our application is exposed to end customer, so multiple integrations are running. So maybe our applications is not alone, our application are connected with a number of other applications, so that some data are syncing from other application to our crm application, and even we are sending some data, real time data from our crm to other application. So we should understand even the data is syncing properly. Syncing means going incoming data and outgoing data from our system and from our system. So that data should be synced properly. If something is happening wrong into our system, so that at least we should know something went wrong. So the monitoring is very important. Exception handling is very important. If something is not working, at least we should know this is not working. Data synchronization happen continuously. Automated workflow are executing every minute. So now imagine if Power Automates flow fails. So one flow is responsible to send some data from our CRM to other application. So we have identified like, hey, our flow is continuously failing due to XYZ reason. Might be we are utilizing some API integration with that particular flow. So our data is failing due to security reason. Security reasons means that authentication is not happening now due to maybe password is changing, that client ID and client secret, maybe that password is that client application is expired. So there might be a number of issues here. So we have to notify something. So we should know what is the issue here. So CRM integration stop working. So we have done integration with any external system. It could be .NET based application. It could be any third party application. It could be SAP integration. It could be any other application. So CRM integration is not working. So at least we should know it is working or not working. So it comes into the support level or production level. So we should understand either it is whatever we have implemented, we have done in the integration part, it is working or not. It is not like a development team need to do every activity, everything we need to do. So we can share a production support, some KT or some knowledge transfer to our support team so that they can monitor some basic things. User cannot access the system. There are some issue. It could be related to security issue. That is the matter of troubleshooting. Why a user is not able to access the system? At least we should know as part of our system monitoring what is happening into our system, so that uh, we can do any proactiveness, we can do any additional action, so that even till the time a user is getting one access issue, maybe that types of other issue they have not tried to perform some action, they may get similar type of issue. If we have enabled that monitoring system, so that even one user is getting one issue, so we can fix it for all. Storage become full. Suppose there might be one scenario there. Suppose think about this particular scenario. You are working in your laptop. What happen if your C drives become full? There is 0 KB space in your C drive. What will happen? Just imagine. Are you able to perform any action into your system, in even in your local drive? Tell me. It can break, your system may be break anytime. If you are trying to perform any system, any action, even if you don't have 0 MB space or 0 KB space in your C drive, your system may be corrupt anytime. But here the scenario is slightly different. If storage become full, maybe there might be some case system will send multiple notification. They will give some additional time to at least your system will run, but your system become your system running very slow. In that scenario, you have to add a additional storage so that your at least your some of the functionality can work. So those types of even issues you may face. API limits are exceeded. So it is not like you can perform action within a specific, there are API limits based on the subscription type. It is not like everyone they can give, the unlimited capacity into this particular subscription. So they can give different types of capability here, capacity like subscription one they can give that API limit like 1 lakh 1 lakh API hit per month. If you need to include more than 1 lakh, so subscription to big comes into the picture. You have to go for subscription to maybe 10 lakh hit per month here. So likewise, there might be some different types of here limit we may have here. Okay, so API limit are exceeding. So who will identify the issues here? So as part of this troubleshooting, this is where admin and monitoring skills become critical here. If you have some of the developers, maybe especially for initial levels, they feel like, hey, now we learn JavaScript, we learn plugins, we know how to write a plugin, basic plugin. Even they are able to write JavaScript, business rules, and even they are able to create some forms and even the fields. And they are feeling, hey, now we become software developers, especially for dynamic CRM industry, and now we are the king. Day by day, you need to learn many things here. It is not like to even now in a day, a non-technical person even can write code with the help of multiple different tools. Even they are doing troubleshooting like anything. If you have basic understanding, you can save your time. But in details level, you need to increase your skills in terms of those skill set also. A developers who understand monitoring can identify issues faster. Suppose there is one issue, you are keep doing troubleshooting. Now how to resolve, you are doing multiple even troubleshooting with the help of API here, AI tools. You are taking more time. Even who know how to troubleshoot with the help of this admin center, you can quickly check it, log in into the admin center and check the different types of log, and you can easily identify, yeah, I got it, I will fix it within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 50 minutes, or maybe 2 hours. You can give the ETA. So reduce downtime. Suppose there is a hot fix or there is a production P1 issues. So these types of issues, P1, you understand P1, there might be different types of category. I already covered that particular session, maybe in one of our previous session. So we may have P1 issues here, P2 issues, P3 issues, and P4 issues. So if you have received P1 issue, it means our application is completely down. No one is able to log in into the system and they are not able to perform any action. So that types of issue is considered as P1. That issue based on the priority and the SLA agreement, you have to complete within 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours. So maximum 2 hours you need to complete that particular issue. So complete in the sense within 5 minutes or 10 minutes you have to send a response. You need to raise a here that live telephonic call, so that stakeholder or all the stakeholders means the business owner, developers, and the support team members, they have to come into the bridge call and they have to troubleshoot together. So anyhow, they have to complete this particular issue and bug fixing within 2 hours. So that is the SLA we are getting. So P2 means maybe they have sometimes 6 hours or maybe sometimes they are getting 8 hours. P2. It means there are some specific types of users, they are not able to logged in or they are not able to perform some action based on some specific features. They are able to perform some action, but some specific features they are not able to perform. For example, there is a one application which is responsible to create or do some sales modules. Sales modules means they are able to perform everything except they are not able to perform or they are not able to create orders. Everything is working fine, but order no one able to create that one. So that types of issues are under P2. P3. P3 means here maybe we may have 2 days or 3 days based on the maybe sometimes 4 days times. So it will not impact any issues. So this might be related to one user or some specific user. So we have sufficient time to complete that issue based on the P4. P4 means you have 8 days, 1 week, or maybe 10 days, sometimes 12 days. Maybe that types of issue, you don't need to worry about that one. But our skills, those skills here, those types of skills, whatever we are learning comes into the picture whenever we are working in P1 or P2. So that we can save our time, we can reduce here. What we can reduce the application downtime. Suppose, think about that scenario. There is a application which is running globally. We have approximate 10,000 or 12,000 users, 12,000 or 20,000 users across all the globes. They are not able to perform any action. So suppose if your application is down for at least, suppose for 1 day, 8 hours, what will happen? So 8 hours into 20,000 here. Think about in that scenario. So they are not able to perform. So the downtime is approximate here 1,60,000 man hour. If you are thinking based on this particular issue, you saved like this particular application, you save like based on your skills. So here maybe you can consider, suppose the cost of per hour, because they are working globally, so they have suppose $200 per hour costing approximate those users. So how much it is? Multiply by this one. So this is the dollar base here cost for this 8 hour downtime. So how much it is? And in terms of INR, suppose if it is related to think about in then this perspective, how much it is? I'm not able to even read this number. How big it is in INR. So think about this prospect. Even if you are able to save something, some issues, if you are, instead of 8 hours, you are able to, resolve within 2 hours, this one. So how much this particular one it is? Multiply by this one. So if we are talking about the cost, so this particular cost is all about this one into this one. In terms of this, so here we have multiply by 95, suppose. So the difference is this one minus this one. So this is the difference that you save this much amount based on your skills. So that's why your skills, your additional capabilities, you are adding some value addition into the projects. So you already save this much amount across all the globes. This is a hypothetical that answer I have given you based on the number systems. This might be like they are not having 2,000 or 20,000 users. They may have 10,000 users. So they are saving at least some additional cost. So that's why matters here. Okay, downtime. So support production system, income performance become more valuable to the organization. So suppose if you are saving something, these types of amount, if this amount you are saving for an organization, how big amount you are saving, so you become a valuable person here to the organization if you are saving the downtime. That's why your skills comes into the picture sometimes. This is why, and then if you are saving that much amount for any big organization, that's why your skills, that's why your salary is high paid skills here. But if you are saving 1 hour across all the globe, it will impact overall saving. So that's why if you are working for such, you know, organization or such industry which is working for, you know, very minimal things with minimal account, so they have less maybe loss. But if you are working for any organization which where your, you know, impact is they are saving a lot, you are creating a huge impact. Okay, so because they can handle development, they can handle monitoring, experienced professional are paid more. So this is why experienced professional are paid more. This particular line I just want to tell, you are saving more, you are getting more. Why they become, because they can handle development, they can handle monitoring, they can handle troubleshooting, they can handle support, they can handle governance. It is not like, hey, I can do only development, that's it, my job is done, I cannot take care monitoring because I don't know the admin center, I cannot do troubleshooting because I don't know that monitoring tools, I don't have system production access. That's why I cannot do support. I cannot do governance. I have only this development exposure. So if you have only development exposure, go to maybe do your work. If you are adding value addition into other activity also, that's why you are getting more salary. You are getting more salary, your life also become happy. Types of admin center. Now let's discuss important admin centers here. So Power Platform Admin Center. We have that Power Platform Admin Center. You should understand which admin center what we can do. Maybe in trial environment you don't have all the admin center access, but you should understand in which specific admin center what you can do. So this is one of the most important portals. Here we can do create environment, where you can create environment. Suppose in production environment you are using one environment, you want to perform some POC, you need to do some troubleshooting, you need to do some R&D. So it is not like you have to do everything in your, create your test environment or your, and you can perform some action here. So with the help of Power Platform Admin Center, you can create an environment. Manage Dataverse. What it means here, manage Dataverse. You can create a new Dataverse. You can create a backup. You can even create, you can restore a environment. You can perform some different R&Ds. R&D means you can do here different types of jobs here. You can run a different logic here. So here you can manage your database. Monitoring storage. This is very important part. Monitoring storage means. So you can understand if because I have convey this message multiple times. Microsoft is charging approximate per GB per month cost. Per GB per month cost. So suppose if you have one TV space in Dataverse, and even the storage we have divided into three parts. Make sure you should remember this particular one. Dataverse, I will show you how we can see that one. Dataverse, file usage, and third one is log files. Okay, so here GB Dataverse space maybe, and this one maybe 200 GB log usage. So here we have this particular Dataverse size. They have per GB per month cost like 30 GB per month cost, $30 or $35. It only depends in which country you are living and what is the agreement you have with Microsoft. So they are commonly used 500 multiplied by $35 per month cost. So this is the one, and per month. So per year means here we have here multiply by 12. So this is the cost per year they are giving this one, and this particular one they are having approximate $15 multiply by $15 cost. So based on the agreement whatever we have with the Microsoft, so they are giving this particular cost, and even this is the cost here. Maybe this is cheaper than others one. So 200 multiply by $5. So this is the overall cost, and this will be the yearly cost. So how much we have here? I'm giving into details level information. This is the yearly cost in dollar, right? So yearly cost in the dollars, if we are converting this one to INR, if we have any Indian customer, so this might be now in a day approximate this one. So this is 3 crore 81 lakh cost for monthly basis. Let me do one thing here. Suppose this is the $95 here. We will see here this one multiply by this one. $20. So this is the cost in INR. So if suppose why they have that much amount, so they are paying approximate this much amount. So if there are some activity we have done, we have provided some option like they can reduce this particular cost 30% or 40% overall cost. So we can save approximate 40% of this one. So how much this is the, suppose if we are giving 30% cost for we reduce this one into 30, right, and divide by 100. So this much amount we have given, overall cost reduction. So how much this one be given, value addition to this particular customer. Even we have done, maybe we have given a approach where they can reduce their 30% or 40% cost, so that we are giving them a huge value addition in terms of reducing their yearly cost. That is called value addition. So with the help of this particular, monitoring storage, we can give a solution and we can provide some additional cost. Similarly, check API usage, view analyticals, manage securities, configuration backup and restore. Even sometimes they are having huge space in their lower environment. We can say, why you are storing everything in Dataverse? This is how it is impacting your application storage, and we can save. Even one of the customer, we have given them a huge value addition here in terms of we have reduced their 40%. Here I have showcase, like they have one 500 half TV space in Dataverse, and approximate 1 TB in the log usage. We have given, one of the customer one solution, very good solution, and we have reduced their approximate 45% overall cost, reducing their cost. And we have provided only a small solution based on our solution. Even they have done the archival, which they have not used, and even we have provided one solution so that they can fulfill their, what we can say, the auditing team, so that they have some policy, like they have to check some of the data based on their 8 year of that system. They have to maintain 8 year of the customer data even without storing in the database. We reduce their capacity 45% and we save their huge amount. So we have provided a solution, we have that capability, we have provided a solution, and we have implemented. And implemented in that manner, we have done complete automation part, and even no need to involve any manual efforts into that. And they are very happy because they have done their cost cutting. So if you are giving that level of solution, so that's why you are giving some additional value addition. It is not like, hey, I have received one requirement, I have implemented that user story, and that is deployed to the production. That's my job. That's my job. That's not your job only. So let's discuss this one quickly. So heavy usage in the real-time project deployment, dynamic CRM admin center. So what we can do here, we can manage dynamic CRM environment, configure application, monitoring service, checks updates, manage instance. Here, suppose there are regular updates in the dynamic CRM. Regular updates in terms of they are increasing their application in terms of features wise. They are adding some value addition into the dynamic CRM. So they are releasing, sometimes they are saying here, that patch 1, patch 2, patch 3, they are adding some bug fixing release. So that level of updates we can control with this particular admin center. First one is Power Platform Admin Center. Second is Dynamics 365 Admin Centers, and where you can manage the instance also. Third one is Microsoft Dynamics Admin Center. Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So here what you can do, here in this one Dynamics 365 Admin Center, you cannot do user management, you cannot do license management, you cannot do security setting, you cannot do access control, you cannot do authorization policy. Where you can do, you have to do user management. Management means it will create a impact if you are adding a additional user into your applications. Applications means you have a user one, you, if you buying these particular users which can perform action as sales modules, so you have to pay. I'm giving you some hypothetical number, I'm not exactly sure what is the latest price, maybe $75 per user per month. If you are utilizing service modules, one user can perform sales or service, so here either you can go for $75 or you can go for attach. So it's better you can go with attach. If you are going with attach modules here, individual one, so attach license, so here you can give 105 or 115, I'm not exactly sure that particular one. So if how much it is, if I'm going for individual one, 75 plus $75, here 150. If you are going to go for attached one, so how much you are saving? 1 minus 1, $35 per user per month you are saving. So if you need to add, maybe you can go for maybe service, sales, service, and even the you are going to buy some another license, maybe field service. So we may have different types of attached features here. One person cannot do everything, but if you want to get a here enterprise license or a here normal user, so we have different policy here how we are giving that. So if there is a one new employee is we are going to hire, we are going to add a that users into the sales modules, he has to work as a sales representative, so he required this particular license. So we have to manage, like either we have to go with attach or we have to go with for one specific module. It is not like we have to buy here only attach, because attach is giving additional privilege. If a person who need to work only the sales modules, why we need to give a additional cost, even even if we have to save, because based on the requirement, the understanding, we have to give what types of license we have to give. Hope you understand what I'm trying to explain here. So that level of decision we have to take, but how we are taking, how we are considering, that we need to monitor here in this particular admin center. Azure portal monitoring here. So here what we can check here in Azure portal monitoring tools, here we can check the integrations, we can check the Azure function app, we can check the logic app, we can check the service hub, service bus, we can check the event hub, we can check developers, they can check the failures, they can check the logs, they can check the performance, they can check the exceptions here. So we can do multiple things with different monitoring here portals which Microsoft has given. Hope you understand all those admin center and the benefit of those admin centers, how to perform and how to check, and why those admin centers giving us a value addition here in terms of those particular tools. Okay, so we are over the times. We already, lose our time here due to that particular internet issue. We will start, this particular topics. We will continue from tomorrow in next session, and we'll cover all those point real time scenario. And I will show you after logging into the different admin center. I will try to showcase whatever I can show you. Hope it's work for everyone. If you have any query, if you have any here issues, let's discuss that point. Otherwise we are good to close this call. Hope you are getting here good knowledge. So mode is on. Every 1 minute send a message every 1 minute. What is the meaning of this? Okay, so if you are having any issues, any concern, let me know. We can cover that one, and I will try to, give that level of information. Also, like what types of interview questions we are getting from this particular modules, or with this specific, monitoring tools, so that we can cover more. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time. We'll cover other topics also. Thank you. Have a good day.